another episode of the e-commerce lab by Ecomcy, the place of a related to Amazon FBA, private label, and e-commerce. My name is Vincenzo Toscano, founder and CEO of Ecomcy, and today we bring another special guest. His name is Yalchin, and he's one of the e-commerce specialists when it comes to Waiting Seller's Pride, which is one of the top solutions out there to supporting Amazon sellers with their daily operations. We're talking keyword research, understanding how to launch a product on Amazon, and figure out all the different KPIs that you need as a seller to successfully scale your brand forward. So, Yashin, it's a pleasure once again to have you on the podcast. How you doing, my friend?
Thank you, Vincenzo. I'm very happy to be here with you and to be your guest. Thank you again.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming. It was also great to see you actually. Over a month ago, we saw each other in Istanbul, which was very cool. We actually did some nice content together. And having you on board today is definitely a pleasure because I know you have so many insights when it comes to what is happening in the China market and e-commerce in general. And I think this is something that is going to be super valuable for people here in the West because when things happen in China, most of the time, if not always, do reciprocate an outcome in Europe, USA, and so on. So I guess as a starting point, if you and just first of all, let's start with a quick intro by yourself and Sales Pride, and then of course we can dive into some of the questions I have for you. Yeah.
Sure. I'm Yalchin. I've been living in China and the different parts of the world, especially nowadays. Last 1 year, I live in China, Shenzhen, and I'm doing private labels since 2018. Currently, I have two brands, and I have three clients. I help them to sell their product on Amazon. Besides, I'm working with Seller Sprite and promoting Seller Sprite outside of China, doing podcasts in English, Turkish, and different countries. And the Seller Sprite is one of the biggest software for Amazon seller. We are doing everything: keyword research, keyword conversion rate, ABA ranking, and scraping data, ASIN position. Even we have some cool features which are not available from any other software.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
say that.
I know
Also,
it's cool. It's cool. It's very cool.
Seller Sprite has been on the market since 2016 and a pretty long journey. All the Amazon sellers here in China using Seller Sprite without any doubt,
Mhm.
because I always want to say that the behind of every successful Chinese seller there is a Seller Sprite for.
That's a good line. I love it. Good, good.
Yeah. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ashley. I appreciate the intro. And yes, I mean, I visit Sprite every single time I go on board and check it out. Like you guys have so many new tools every single time. You're always on top of the game, thinking outside the box. The way you guys visualize and present the data, I think is definitely something that I invite all the listeners to definitely check it out. It's one of the best tools out there for sure. Now, let's start diving into the topic. I think something I really want to get your insights about is what is going on in China with e-commerce. Because I mean, you're there, you're in the heart of where everything is happening. You see every single day. You are close to some of the headquarters of the biggest companies in the space, such as Temu, Alibaba, and so on. So I'm sure you have a lot of inside information, we can call it, about how e-commerce is behaving and where it's going when it comes to China. So let's start with that. Like, what are some of your insights that you can share with us in terms of what you've been experiencing with e-commerce?
Sure. Here in China, it's very dynamic. Every week, there is something new on the market.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's is Amazon. Most probably, as you know, Amazon is opening warehouse here in China, and
Mhm.
the one warehouse will be close to Dongguan. I'm not sure. Yeah, between Guangzhou and Shenzhen.
Yeah.
It's like the south hub for e-commerce sellers here in China. And the another warehouse will be close to Shanghai. They are building already. And
Mm.
when I go to meeting, I meet many Amazon sellers, and the majority of them they say their friend got invitation from Amazon seller to sell product from directly
Wow,
from
that's crazy.
China to. But the funny part is that no one says they get. They all say my friend get.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. It's always like that. They don't want to share the nugget.
Yeah, it's unofficial, but what I understood is that yeah, Amazon invited some Chinese sellers as a beta, like invited to sell directly from the China. But
Hmm.
still, I'm not sure how it seems on Amazon. Some people say they will be funnel, like go to get the discount part. But some once I saw on the Amazon, there is a place. Amazon say you can get 18 much more cheaper than the prime
Yeah,
price, but in 18 days or 12 days,
yeah,
10 days, like that. I saw it already on Amazon. This is
yeah.
the
I
related
think
with
something I want to add is that Amazon has to do that. And you know why? Because I mean, we see Temu, AliExpress, and TikTok being super aggressive. And I feel what Amazon is trying to do, I mean, you can then share a little bit more insight, is like, even if we have our premium side of Amazon, which is, brands and everything, they know for a fact that some people don't really care about that. They just want the cheapest thing possible and they don't care about waiting. And therefore now Amazon is giving this option. Okay, you want the option, we're going to connect you with the factories directly in China, we're going to give you the option to pay the cheapest price possible. But again, you're not going to have the premium experience of Prime. You get it next day with a nice brand and everything. It's generic product, cheap, it does what it has to do, but it's nothing fancy. And I guess Amazon at the end of the day have understood that clients nowadays, they want options, and if you don't give them the option, they just go somewhere else. So you have to give
yeah.
it.
That's exactly Amazon affected from Temu and the TikTok. On the clothing categories, it dropped down the referral fee for the products under
Mhm.
$20. It's like 15%, 10%, and under $10, and the referral fee is just 5%. Why? Because of Temu, TikTok Shop, Shein, and some other Chinese the
Company.
marketplace.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
yeah. This is the one of the and the opening the warehouse is another ship from directly China. Because recently I just read an article mentioning that after COVID-19, 27% of the people spend time to find a cheaper product. I think this is
Wow,
the number.
that's interesting insight. Yeah.
Yeah, because the before maybe not, especially in pandemic times, there was a lot of money. People didn't care about the price, but in the USA economic situation in the world, I think nowadays people are looking for much cheaper products. That could be the reason. And the Temu, Shein, and this squeezed Amazon nowadays. Therefore, Amazon took that the action to fulfill product
Yeah.
from China. That's
Yeah. I think
that's
it
one.
is it's gonna be tough if I'm honest. Like, and this is something maybe I don't know what are your thoughts on this, but do you think that that means that as brands that sell on Amazon, potentially a good strategy would be now to have two options, in sense like, now as a brand you should have a premium lineup, which is original pricing, and maybe design a new lineup with factories directly in China that will be very cheap products without branding, without some anything fancy. So now, rather than diluting your efforts only on being premium, you are actually giving a lower tier a kind of opportunity entry to people that want to focus more on the cheaper side of things. So do you see that already happen? Do you see sellers starting to, okay, now not only want to be a premium brand on Amazon, and maybe also want to be the guy that ship directly from China and makes very small margins but still big volume? What are you hearing in this space? What are you seeing with that? Yeah.
Um, okay, here is the thing. My opinion is that yeah, some cheap products are required in the market, and this is somehow bad for the sellers from USA or sellers from out of China. You don't have that access to get the cheaper
Mm,
price as Chinese sellers get. And in the second section, I will talk about the Timo. I was in Timo's office and we had more than 2 hours discussion, blah blah.
mm,
And what I saw, they are looking for to find a factory, and they are helping factories to sell directly on the Timo. And is
mm,
that why? the thing is that even I live in China, we produce product here, and I visit the factories. I have access, but it's very difficult to compete with that price. Imagine you are selling like $20 that product on the Amazon. Maybe Timo will offer that product. You can sell $10 or $8, something like that. So this is very bad for
Mm.
sellers from the USA. Even you worked a factory from the China, and you downgrade the quality. It's not branded. You don't need to put your logo and differentiate a fancy product, but still it's difficult for the sellers who live outside of China to sell on the Timo, or just compete with the other seller on Amazon. Discount is a cheaper side. It's
Yeah,
really tough. From
yeah.
that perspective, I say it's bad news for Amazon sellers.
Yeah, I think yeah, because end of the day, when the factory goes directly, in this case to Amazon Temo, the middleman, which in this case was you, doesn't exist anymore. So now there's a bigger gap in margins that they can play with, and therefore that gap is the one they use to reduce the price in the first place. But that, at the same time, I agree. It basically the middleman, which is most Amazon sellers, are getting diluted because I mean, how many people actually have the opportunity to have their own factory? Not many. So I guess now it's gonna come down to all about out of the box thinking. What I mean by that is like a competing in price, as you say, is gonna be difficult to win that war because again you don't have the factory. So I guess now as Amazon sellers, really you need to step up your game to think about how I make my product so unique, or the experience about buying my product so unique that people will stay prefer to pay the $20-$30 than the $10 version, right? So that's where I think at the same time it's a good news to some extent, because what is going to happen is going to consolidate the market in terms of only the real brands and the good products are going to survive, and not the ones that are very, very that were done very quickly just to make some quick money or as a side hustle. They're not going to thrive, and that's going to make sure that by next year, the brands you're going to find on Amazon are going to be very solid, and strategic ones that they actually going to care about providing something else to the consumer besides a generic product,
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It should be something unique or a real premium. And it maybe before we divided the customer inside of the Amazon, someone targeted premium
Hmm.
customer, expensive, high quality product, or maybe a plus product like high
Hmm.
quality, branded. But we targeted those customer inside of the Amazon, right? And someone just imagine this the pen I can sell $40,
Hmm.
branded, very fancy packages, etc., etc. But someone is selling for $20. Why it doesn't have packaging, branding, etc. But now I think maybe some real businesses and the branded can stay on Amazon, but some generic, as you said, generic products which
It's
you can
difficult.
find as a place can move, will move that site.
Yeah, yeah. Now, the other thing I wanted to also ask you about the situation in China is that at the same time, I'm seeing and hearing from sellers that they're getting a lot of increase from the manufacturing cost, because the hand cost in manpower is getting more expensive in China. I also have heard that with everything going on with shipping, that's also getting increased. People struggling to have profitable margins to ship from China to the US as they used to. So, what is also your experience, or what you're hearing around that? Because I'm hearing that China is getting more and more expensive now. Maybe there's other options such as Vietnam, India, Taiwan. Mexico. So are you also seeing to some extent people starting to explore areas outside of China, or you still see China very strong when it comes to manufacturing?
Well, yeah, there is a trend to moving to Vietnam,
Hmm.
India,
Yeah.
Turkey, these countries for specific products. This is the undeniable, and even maybe you can get better price, better quality in those countries.
Hmm.
But I think over 90% the supply chain will remain same because Chinese infrastructure. For example, if you want to find any product, you can find at least like 50 different factories
Mm.
from the China. As they are gonna send sample to you 2 days
Yeah.
later if you have this office, and they serve you for everything customizable. Even you wanna buy just 20 units, it's okay. But I'm Turkish, and I was in Turkey in 2021, and I wanted to buy product sourced from there. But they said, okay, if you wanna buy, you need to buy 1,000 unit at least, and the supply chain is a lot of. It's very long process. There should be infrastructure for boxing, for insert
Mm-hmm.
card, for material, for product,
It's
for
massive.
yeah, workmanship, engineers, molding, etc., etc. In terms of that, China has the fantastic
Everything.
infrastructure. Even maybe you can just put China one side and they put another part of the world another side.
That's true.
China has much more the
More.
infrastructure yeah, for production for any product. Therefore, it's difficult because you are gonna find a product from the like the Turkey, but if you wanna buy 500 units,
They
the
can, yeah. Mm-hmm.
box factory will basically say no, you should buy 1,000 units, otherwise I don't produce package for you.
Mm-hmm.
What you can do? Nothing. Come back to
Yeah.
China. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's a kind of Chinese have
The
big
advantage. Yeah. Yeah.
advantages. Yeah, and I
Cool.
think nowadays even China tries to keep that advantages by lowering yuan in front
Yeah.
of the like USD or
Exactly.
something like that.
Cool. Now the other thing I wanted to go over was in terms of how at Sellers Pride you guys are essentially evolving the tool and bringing new features to help the Amazon seller, because I feel as we've been talking so far, given that things are getting more complex, like you really need to have the best data to make the right decisions, because market is competitive, it's more saturation, so you really need to know your margins and which keywords to go for and so on. Like, what are some of the latest things you guys been doing at Sellers Pride to give as much support as possible to sellers so they can keep successfully scaling their business on Amazon?
Sure. Can I share my screen? Just
Yes, of course. Yeah.
share the screen, entire screen, and here. So I can start with any product. You can ask me like
Yeah,
baby, baby
let's have
carrier.
a baby carrier. That's right. Yeah.
Start with this one, and we can detect any single ASIN traffic. For example, we are gonna open this ASIN and you
Hmm.
just run from extension from seller sprite to understand what the keywords bring traffic to this particular ASIN and what's the percentage of the traffic and ad traffic or organic traffic. For example, baby carrier. This ASIN get its 16% of traffic from this baby carrier keyword.
Hmm.
And when you check the distribution of this traffic, like 40% organic and the 59% is ads traffic to this particular ASIN. So if you go down, you are gonna see the keywords like baby sling carrier,
Hmm.
and the 6% traffic coming from this keyword, and it's like 73% organic, and the ads is 26%. Likewise, you can see this metrics, and we have one unique tool can indicate any single keyword's conversion rate. Like baby sling carrier, this keyword has 1.75% of conversion rate out of 100. And you can see any single keyword generated order like 5040 units sale. This baby carrier generated last month and 5040 unit of order. This is one of them. Do you
Hmm.
have any question related to this one, or I
Yeah,
can go?
so this one is something I have to say. I love the distribution feature, because can't tell you how many times people come into the misconception in terms of how competitive some of these keywords could be. And when you have a full breakdown in terms of how much of the sales are coming from ads, which in to some extent it shows you that some of these keywords are pay to win. Like for example, let's have a look at baby Rap's career. Like almost you have a 97% that was coming from ads. That's crazy, right? So that shows you there are definitely keywords that you have to pretty much pay to win, right? And this is good, especially when you want to do a product launch, to see actually, how competitive the product is going to be from a keyword perspective, and if I'm going to be able to afford that in the first place.
Yes, and you say this sponsor rank is one for this product for this particular
Hmm.
keyword, and here
Yeah,
you can see the
his
organic
position
rank.
69. Yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
69. And here you can see also the click concentration. Click. This is
PPC
coming
bid, which
from.
is very important to understand profitability,
Yeah,
how much are you gonna cost you per click. Yeah, conversion. That's actually also super insightful. Yeah, cool.
yeah.
I think
This is
the conversion one, just to say something for everybody watching and hearing, guys, that's the number one thing you need to look for when researching your competitors, because you need to make sure that the conversion your competitors are getting is aligned with what the conversion you're getting. If your conversion is not as high as them, that means you're not matching their performance, and therefore you're not gonna get ranked. Yeah,
yes. Yeah, exactly. And the next one, just you see there are different variations of this product.
yeah,
And when we run Chrome extension here on the seller sprite, and what's this listing? Yeoman,
yeah,
this, where is that? Just let's find that
yeah.
brand. I want to show you this product. We can indicate any ASIN variation sales.
Oh,
Yeoman,
wow,
yeah, yeah.
that's very cool.
Why I couldn't find it? Um, just maybe,
We can
for
we
example,
could use another brand just to check. That's fine. Yeah,
oh man, just what I wanna say, guys. This which one? This one, yeah.
yeah,
This one got 5,032 units of sales, right? We can see it from here. Last month, this guy got 5,032 units. When you
yeah.
come here, you can just basically run Chrome extension from the seller sprite to understand each single variation sales.
Nice. That's
For
cool.
example,
Yeah.
this seller got 3,000 plus, 600, 200
Yeah.
plus, 200 plus,
Yeah.
100
Wow. And
overall.
you guys, I can see on the right hand side, which that's first time I see something like that. It even tells you which keywords for that variation you're ranking for, I guess, right? The keyword column.
Yeah, exactly. For example, this ASIN has a 901 keyword, and each ASIN has the keyword. Even if you want to see those keywords, for example, related this ASIN 223 keywords,
Mm,
and you just basically click it, and we are gonna
wow.
bring all those keywords like
Mm.
organic, uh,
You know what I also
like,
love about the tool, which I have to say this is one of the fastest tools I have seen. Like most tools take so long to load. Celestra is like this. It's so efficient.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
just click
Very cool.
it, and there are the keywords like 139 organic, sponsor product
Hmm.
keyword, sponsor brand keyword. Also, you can see high rated keyword. This is not available from other tools. The high rated is one of the getting traffic to, on the Amazon. You can see there are 14 keywords for this particular ASIN high rated. What the keywords are, you can see from here, and their
Cool.
ranking metrics related to this keyword. And this is one I would like to say also you can utilize the Keepa AI review. Marketplace is also important. If you just want to quickly check this product sold in other marketplace as a
Wow, that's so cool. I didn't know you had that feature. That's so cool. Yeah, that's nice. This
for
is super
example,
important specifically, and I think this can be used from the two perspectives. Like you could even use it on your listing to make sure somebody's not selling your somewhere else, right? This could be used
yeah.
for that. Yeah.
For example, someone sell this guy's product in Canada. It's the
Mm,
seller's name and its
yeah.
price, how many units sold, revenue,
Mm.
ratings, etc. You can see all of them, even UK, Germany, Saudi. For example, Amazon US selling in Saudi Arabia your
Mhm.
product, this product, and this guy is selling in Europe this particular product. I'm not sure it's authorized or maybe drop shipping or
Yeah.
whatever number. And you also can see from here the monthly sales, revenue,
Nice.
etc. From here, they just in listing detail page. You don't need to go anywhere. You can see it very easily.
Love it. So cool. Yeah.
Okay. Lastly, maybe I can just show this one market
Yeah.
analysis. Yeah, guys, when we launch the product, we also do Excel, but sometimes you don't need to do that complicated Excel. Just run Chrome extension. We're gonna see the seller and the revenue, etc. from here. And there are 56 products. We can analyze it and in one click and just understand how many sellers they are. And now it's ready. Just click it. We are gonna open it on new page and show you how many sellers and the sellers distribution, listing distribution, etc. This is the sales going up. This is good, and this is listing concentration. For example, the first guy
Mm.
get sold 25,026 units, and its total market share is 16%. And if you want to see a revenue share, you can just click it and change to revenue share. For example, this guy got 3.09 sales proportion, and the revenue proportion is 6.21%. If you notice, there are another color like purple color. This purple color highlights the product launched within 6 months. So it means these products are
Mm. That's so cool
maybe,
because I guess this allow you to know if you as a new seller could become a good dominant in the category. Yeah, that's so cool.
yeah. If they are more like this, it means marketplace or this particular keyword accept newcomer, right?
Yeah, that's
Even
correct.
if you switch to 12 months and you see there are many actually new coming to this market, maybe you can start this product if you are looking for. Same thing you can do with brand level. For example, this brand has 4 products under that, and how many sales and the revenues you are doing, you can see from here by clicking. If you want to click this one, you are gonna go that ASIN detail page. Okay, this is the brand level, also seller level. You can see also this is one of the important. For example, in 6 months, 9 product already had launched, and you see when the product launched, and this is also for reviews. What we see, 92% of the sales got the seller who has more than 500 reviews. Just if you want to enter this market, you need to pay attention that you are going to fight for rest 8% of the sales. You will be here, right?
Mm. Wow. Okay, that's
Right.
interesting. Yeah, I mean,
And
this kind
this,
of graphs, just to make a pause, Yakshin, and I need to really mention this, like this level of detail, these graphs and insight, like I can tell you, I have, interacted with so many tools. Haven't seen it before. So that's why I think like the level of extra tier people in China is going in terms of using data. That's one of the reasons why they're so good when it comes to Amazon. So that's why I definitely invite everybody to check this tool because that's one of the extra things like this what Chinese sellers are having access to that you don't, and that's how they're also making better decision in terms of pro selection, pro launch. So yeah.
yeah, guys, just imagine if you want to do it by Excel, you need to download, say, upload the Excel and create new sheets and analyze. But how we did, just 2 clicks, it's ready visual and it's very clear visual for seller to use and understand what you are gonna fight for. If you don't have
Yeah.
500 reviews, if you are under 500 reviews, you most probably will be among those sellers fighting for 8%.
Yes, that's correct. That's correct. Yalchin, I mean, I think the conversation with you as usual has been super insightful, and thank you so much for sharing those features. They look super cool, and I'm sure as Amazon says, start playing more with the tool, they're gonna definitely find the value. And I know we have a special discount for our audience, so tell us a little bit about that, and then of course I'm gonna put the information down in the description. Yeah.
Sure, just let me quickly show you guys. If you wanna get the 35% off, you can use it for any plan like monthly plan or yearly plan. You can just use Ecomcy discount code. This price is coming down 35%. This is the discount for a yearly package. You can get 304. Or if you wanna use for monthly, just use Ecomcy discount code. You are gonna get the seller price for $54 for 1 month, and it's even for monthly, it's more 45% of the discount. I wanted to show here one more, and coming back quickly again.
Awesome. Love it. So thank you so much, Yalchin. I'm gonna put all the information down. Other than that, I appreciate you being here, and I can't wait to see you soon at future events. Yeah. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for invitation. It's always great to talk with you. Take care.
Thank you. Have a nice one. Take care. Bye bye.